Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to import from Mixamo library into your Unity project. It'll be to import any sort of animation, or you can also import characters from this library. As you can see here, I have imported this character, and then you'll see there's also certain animations that you can import. I'm building an XR project here, virtual reality project, and you can see the character is animated, and I just have imported it from Mixamo library. So let's begin. Start, I will actually delete this one. We have a mod here, it's not useful, and I will delete also the character. So then, to begin, we'll go to library. You have to log in. You need an account to log in into this Adobe library. And then I already choose. You have a full amount of characters here, and also animations. In my case, I choose this called Amy. You can choose anything you want here, and then I'll go to download this character. Now I'll download it into a T-pose, not regional pose, because I want a standard pose, so then I can add any other type of animations on it, and I will download it in FBX file. Here, download the asset, then I'll go to desktop and create a new folder, and I'll call it from Mixamo. Then delete here, and then I will call this character Amy from Mixamo. Okay, there we go. Once I already download the character, then I'll go to Unity, and I'll try to drag this project or import it in any folder I have here. In my case, maybe I can actually create a new folder, and I'll call it Amy from Mixamo. And now I'll open this folder, and I go to my folder into the desktop. I just create this folder. I'll call it Helm. From Mixamo. Okay. Then I'll just drag this object into my folder. Loading, and then I got this character, which includes the character, many other elements. I'll move my here. Then let's see if I put play. There's no animation, just standard elements. So here from importing, I'll actually set up in the inspector. I'll go to the inspector and set up the elements that I want. For example, in rig, I'll put this is a humanoid, so it's a humanoid face, as you can see on the avatar. So I'll choose humanoid, which means 2 legs, 2 arms, and very standard limbs, right? And then I will create this rig from this avatar. Okay, I'll just standard 4 bones, and then I'll click apply. Once it's applied, then I'll also go to the animation and check if the animation is in loop, pose. In this case, we are not importing animations. And then sometimes when you import from the library of Mixamo, you will be required to extract the textures and also extract materials. So you'll be selected a folder to extract and open up all those textures and materials. And then I will also extract. First, we dedicate all the time to extract first, and then I will fix this with probably some textures that are in normal textures that we require to extract. And then also we'll extract the materials in the same folder. And once all that's done, then I will probably be able to load my character here. Then I'll take a look on the position, maybe probably very upper, kind of ready to go. So if we have a character in the environment, then my scenario also have an XR rig because I'm building this VR environment, but doesn't matter. In your case, it can be any other type of environment you are building, not necessarily for first person. And then, yes, that will be all. Now we have to go back to Mixamo, and then we have to choose the animation that we wanted to choose. In my case, for example, we can use a walk, simple walk animation, and then try to look for it. So here we can evaluate there are different types of walking, catwalk, walking circle, any of normal walk, etc., etc. So we should be able to walk over. Try this one, and then as you can see, contains around 9 photograms. You can set up the overdrive here, the space in the arms, within the arms of the character, and you can decide here if you want to mirror the animation, or as well if you want the animation within the same place. So if you want to use it for procedural things, procedural animation, or if you want the animation to be not in place, so it will be continuously moving around. In my case, I won't choose in place, but you can choose in place up to your purpose of animation. And then I will download just the animation. Then I'll just maybe 30 frames per second without skin, because I already have the model, and then no keyframe reduction. Download it. So this will only download the animation. Okay. I'll choose same folder and save. And then now we'll go back to our Unity folder, and then I will just drag this element, which is actually an animation. Okay. Now, once I got into the walking thing, I can click here. I'll say, first thing we have to do is we have to tell that this is an animation for a humanoid, and then that we won't use this avatar. We will create it from other avatar. Now we have to give to Unity tell which avatar we want to base from. We want to base, in this case, from this avatar, which is from Amy. So I'll choose my avatar. I will drag it there. So then the animation will adapt to this body. Then we'll have some properties of the animation. In this case, I don't want to change anything. There's no much materials because it's just a pure animation. And then I will apply this. Now, once I have this animation, I can actually click here. I'll see Amy walking. Okay. Now we got to create an animator and an animator controller for this character. So we will go to here. We have this animation. We'll go to create animator controller, and then this new animator controller will call Amy from Mixamo. Okay. Click it, and then we double click, and then we see this environment of animator to control the animations, in this case of this character. Then we create a new state. It will be empty, and this state we will call it walking, because it's walking animation. And then it's asking us for an animation, which will be an animation that we just download. This is from Mixamo. Okay. Now let's go to the controller again. Walking, the project, and then we load this animation, and then now we click here on character, and then we have to observe the controller. Then this controller should be our controller that we just created. We drag it here, so we click on the character on the scene. It's all coherent, Amy from Mixamo, and then the avatar is actually Amy from Mixamo, and the controller is at the same time the controller that is telling us to walk. Okay, so let's try to see if it's walking. So now we see it's actually walking. It's just one time. So then if we want to continue walking, then we probably can do a loop. Go and check if this animation can be edited or it can be the loop. Now go to the project, to the animation, and then we see if this animation is looped. And then try again, see if apply the changes before, and then it's looping and it's moving. There you go. Good. Now some very important details that for example, when we have this type of animation, sometimes these animations that come from Mixamo, they're actually not editable from the animation window of Unity. Now, what we can do for that is actually duplicate the animation to separate them, and then it's possible for us to edit the details of that animation. For example, here we duplicate it, and then we can create or change the name. See my name here. Now we can call it walking, and then if I double click on this animation, I will see it's possible to edit the positions and edit any type of animation, and you will see the avatar is actually not assigned. So in this case, if you want more freedom from the animation that is actually downloaded from Mixamo, you actually have to duplicate it and set it aside from the prefab that you are actually importing. Okay, so be aware that when we download from Mixamo, you actually have to consider that some animations are not editable. So then you have to duplicate it with Control D in Unity, and then you can actually edit and have more freedom of flexibility with those animations. And for now, that's it. I hope this was useful. A lot of people have asked me for this, and see you next time.